Pag-usapan natin po itong mga sinabi ni Sara Duterte sa interview doon sa Melbourne. Yan, sabi dito sa report ng ABS-CBN, no plan, no direction at all. BP Sara slams Marcos cabinet for lack of programs amid Iran war, climate change. Kaya kahit mga baseless yung mga sinasabi ni Sara Duterte sa mga interview sa kanya ng mainstream media, ang importante, may kwento siya. Ilihis. Ito analysis, Komandang po. That is the usual tactics po. Pag ang isang tao po, sukol na, kailangan bumira ka ng bumira. Ni BBM sa performance ng kanyang gobyerno. Ma'am, bili kita ng salamin. Gusto mo, donate na lang kita. Okay lang. Ito ang mga pinagdadaldal niya, mga kababayan.
In terms of the performance of the administration.
Nagbabagang mga balita at pagtalakay sa mga isyu ng lipunan. Pulsa, opinyon, banat at paglalantad sa katotohanan. Pulsa, what you see is what you get. You decide.
Kaya po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas, Bicolano vlogger, broadcast journalist from Albay. So pag-usapan natin po itong mga sinabi ni Sara Duterte sa interview doon sa Melbourne. Yan, sabi dito sa report ng ABS-CBN, no plan, no direction at all. BP Sara slams Marcos cabinet for lack of programs amid Iran war, climate change. Kung ano-ano kanya Mr. Maravillas ang pinagdadaldan niya, no? Ni Sara Duterte. Ito yung mga advice siguro ng kanyang mga sulsultan. Marami din siyang consultant, advisors, para ilihis ang issue sa kanyang impeachment case. Pang-cover, ang gawin mo niya, dumaldal ka lang ng dumaldal. Ano pa manan niya? Kabi-kabilaan niya yung kaso mo. Impeachment, may sa ombudsman, may sa DOJ, may sa ICC. So, the best defense niya is offense. Di ba? Bumanat ka niyang bumanat para ang pinag-uusapan, yung banat mo, hindi yung mga pinakarap mong kaso. Malamang ganon, mga kababayan. Kasi, di ba may kasabihan tayo, the best defense niya is to offense. Kaya kahit mga baseless yung mga sinasabi ni Sara Duterte sa mga interview sa kanya ng mainstream media, ang importante, may kwento siya. Ilihis. Ito analysis, Komandang po. That is the usual tactics po. Pag ang isang tao po, sukol na, kailangan bumira ka ng bumira as if may ginagawa siya. As if, mga kababayan, nagtatrabaho siya. Aminado nga siya, mga kababayan, ng magbiyahe. Lahat, personal travel, personal trip. Yan ang sinasabi niya. Hindi man niya tinatago. Yan sabi niya, BP Sara on Australia, personal trip. Kasi yun na nakalagay doon sa kanyang statement. Personal trip niya ito. Talagang personal trip. Wala mang kinalaman sa kanyang trabaho bilang vice presidente. Lahat pang personal. Pero siya dagal, mga kababayan, may kapal ng mukha para umatake sa ating Pangulong Bongbong. Wala niyang kapalano-plano. Yung sabi niya dito, Vice President Sara Duterte admonished President Marcos Jr. and his administration, saying his cabinet has no plans and no direction amid pressing global issues, including the war in Iran, the United States, new tariff regime, and climate change. Marcos Jr. and his cabinet have failed to prepare the Philippines for global shocks. Sabi po ni Sara, I've been a member of the cabinet and there is no plan at all. There was no direction at all. We are not prepared for global shocks. Pansin ninyo, walang ginawa ang Pilipinas sa US tariffs. May narinig ba kayo na preparation natin sa effect ng Iran at Israel conflict? Wala niyang long-term plan on how we can be self-sufficient in terms of food for everyone. Ang palagi niyang sinasabi, ang ganda na ng ekonomiya natin, maganda siya tingnan sa papel, but you don't see it at all in the everyday lives of Filipinos. There's nothing happening in our economy. Ang mayaman pa rin. Yung mahirap, lalong naghirap. Ganon, mga kababayan, ang pinagdadaldal ni Sara Duterte. As if may contribution po sa ating administrasyon noong umupo siya as cabinet secretary bilang DepEd secretary po. Ang contribution niya yung paggastos ng confidential funds ng 11 days, 135 million. Na ngayon, dahilan kung bakit siya na-impeach. Ayan sabi ni Sara, wala man anya akong ill feelings kay Marcos, but I have problems with his performance. As if may performance siya, mga kababayan. Ang performance niya sa False Asia survey. Kasi nga, False Asia. Mataas ang ratings. Kahit walang ginagawa. Di ba po mga kababayan? Kaya sabi dito sa reaction niya, Richard Solomon, isang Marcos loyalist, uror, mulustay, the nerve. Siya pa may gana magsabi ng problem ni BBM sa performance ng kanyang gobyerno. Ma'am, bili kita ng salamin, gusto mo, donate na lang kita, okay lang. Tumigas na yung utak ni Sara at nabulag sa mga ginagawa ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, in-invite para makinig sa SONA. Ayaw para hindi siya mapahiya ng lahat ng mga akusasyon niyang baseless. Ayaw niyang pakinggan kung ano yung napakarami na ginawa ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos para isaayos ang ating bansa. Ayaw niya yung marinig sa SONA. Hindi niya ako mapapunta doon. Ayan o. Sara Duterte sees nothing substantial in Marcos Fort SONA. Bakit hindi ka muna makinig, pumunta doon? O kahit hindi ka pumunta, pakinggan mo muna kung ano yung SONA. Hindi pa nga nagsasalita ng SONA, hindi pa nga ginagawa yung SONA, may kuminto ka na. Di ba po? Ayan o. Ayan o. Sabi dito ni Sara.
Dadalo po ba tayo sa SONA ni BBM?
No, sir. I do not intend to attend the State of the Nation address of President Marcos, since I don't think he will be providing anything substantial about our country, and it would be best to spend that time with the Filipino community discussing what we can do for the country and to improve the country.
What we can do. So, ano yung mga plano mo? Other than yung gusto mong to make over na bilang presidente. Yun man lang ang narinig naming plano. Kasi inappoint mo na yung sarili mo as designated survivor. Other than that, kung paano umunlad ang Pilipinas, wala man kaming naririnig kasi kahit during the campaign, hindi ka man nagsasalita po doon sa mga imbitasyon para sa presidential and vice presidential debate, absent ka. So, ito yung interview kay Sara, pakinggan natin.
And the case of former President Duterte, as well as discussing what is happening in our country right now in terms of the performance of the administration of President Marcos.
Ang purpose daw niya kung bakit siya nag-iikot, pumunta siya ng Melbourne, ay para mag-ipon ng support para kay Digong, tatay niya na mapauwi. Tapos, para sabihin daw kung anong ginagawa ng ating Pangulo, na sa tingin niya, ang performance ng ating Pangulo ay may na ang performance. Ang ibig sabihin siguro niya, mas maganda yung performance niya. Ano yun? Ano yung performance niya? Yung sa paggastos po ng 11 days ng confidential funds, 125 million. Yun siguro ang best performance niya. Pero yung ating Pangulo, may na ang performance bilang presidente. Yan ang pinapakalat, mga kababayan ni Sara, sa pag-iikot sa iba-ibang bansa. You see, ganun katindi.
Not just Melbourne.
Ano po ang reason ba't kayo pumunta dito? Personal po ba or politics aspect?
Yes, the reason why I am here is because I want to bring to the international community and talk to the Filipino community here in Australia about the International Criminal Court and the case of former President Duterte, as well as discussing what is happening in our country right now.
Unang-una mga kababayan, anong paki ng Australian government sa kaso ng kanyang tatay? Nonsense po. Barking at arong tree. Gustong idamay ni Sara yung Australian government na mangialam sa mga judges ng ICC. Kasi daw, ang Australia kasi, member ng ICC. Iyong Pilipinas po, member din ng ICC dati. Kaya lang, umalis yung kanyang tatay sa pagiging member para makaiwasan na sa pananagutan. Iyon pa rin yung nangyari. Unang-una, anong pakinabang mga kababayan ng Australian government? Halimbawa, tulungan siya. Anong pakinabang ng mga Australians doon? At anong rason na makisawsaw sa kasong crimes against humanity ng kanyang tatay, ang Australian government. Kaya sa tingin ko mga kababayan, ginagawa ito ni Sara kasi ito mga desperate moves para ilihis ang issue doon sa nakaambang impeachment trial na kanya pong kinakaharap, na kahit mayroon siyang maraming kaalyado sa Senado, pero nag-fail pa rin na pigilin na matuloy ang impeachment trial laban sa kanya. So, pilit na nililihis ni Sara Duterte ang issue sa kaso ng impeachment niya. Ito ang mga pinagdadaldal niya, mga kababayan.
In terms of the performance of the administration of President Marcos.
May lakas ng loob ka na magsalita tungkol sa performance ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos bilang presidente habang ikaw nga ay zero performance. Di ba? Hindi natin maintindihan kung saan kumukuha ng kapal ng muka itong si Sara Duterte na magsalita ng ganon. Questionin ang mga ginagawa, ang trabaho at performance ng ating Pangulo habang siya wala. Wala man siyang ginagawa, mga kababayan, habang sumusweldo bilang Vice Presidente.
Kamusta po yung family niyo, Vice President, sa mga nangyayari po sa inyo sa former President Rodrigo Duterte at sa inyo po?
Immediate family, meaning my husband and my children, they're unaffected by politics. We don't discuss politics inside the house. My children are aware because they see content in social media, but we usually sit down with them and request them to ask questions directly from me and my husband so that we can answer the questions in their heads.
At ano po yung mensahe niyo po sa mga Pilipino naman dito sa Australia po, sa pagsa-suporta po sa inyo?
Yes. First, I'd like to thank the Filipino community in Australia, but not just Australia. Many came to Australia to join the Free Duterte Now rally here in Melbourne. Some came from Hawaii, some came from the US, and from the Philippines as well.
So ang ibig sabihin, ang crowd niya dyan sa Melbourne, hindi man lang yung mga OFW sa Melbourne, kundi galing pa sa Hawaii, sa Amerika, in some other countries, yung iba galing pa sa Pilipinas. Hinakot. Sino kaya yung nag-finance? Di ba ba? Alangan man, kanya-kanyang gastos. Yung mga OFWs from other countries, gagasto para lang mag-attend ng kanyang Melbourne rally. So, malamang sa malamang may nagpupundo po. At malaki ang umiikot na pundo para gawin ang mga rallies in support sa kanyang tatay para ang intensyon ma-pressure yung ICC na i-release yung kanyang tatay. Nasabi nga natin, suntok sa buwan, wala ba siyang tiwala doon sa napakagaling niyang abogado, si Nicholas Kaufman? At paano siya naniniwala na through rallies, mga kababayan, mapipressure yung mga ICC judges na i-release si Digong? Di ba? Yan tawag natin dito, suntok sa buwan, itong mga ginagawa ni Sara. Habang mas na naniniwala tayo na ito, pamamaraan niya para ilihis ang kwento sa impeachment case na kanyang kinakaharap, mapunta sa isyu ng ICC at sa kung ano-ano pang mga isyu, mga kababayan, na kanyang sinasabi about the performance ng ating Pangulo, na kitang-kita naman po kung gaano kabisi, kasubsub sa trabaho yung ating Pangulo. Nandun na naman nga po sa Marawi City, nasa pagbisita sa mga eskwelahan at saka pati sa port ng Marawi, pinuntahan ng ating Pangulo para ayusin yung ating mga infrastruktura. Yan yung ating Pangulo. Na nag-inspection muna ng temporary learning spaces sa Marawi City. Busy yung ating Pangulo. Yan ito naman po sa port. Ayan. Napakasipag ng ating Pangulo. Di ba? Sabi dito, inspection of the Port of Marawi. President Marcos inspects the Port of Marawi as part of his site visits to complete recovery and reconstruction projects in Marawi City, Lanao del Sur. The Port of Marawi, with a total cost of 261.5 million pesos, features 800,000 square meter backup area, a single-story passenger terminal, a building with a seating capacity of 132, a one-story fish port, berthing facilities for fast craft, and roll-on roll-off ramp. The project is part of the Marawi Recovery Rehabilitation and Peace Building Program led by the Office of the Presidential Advisor for Marawi Rehabilitation and Development, formerly known as Task Force Bangon Marawi. It is an initiative by the Office of the President to expedite recovery, reconstruction, and rehabilitation of the city, which was ravaged by a 5-month-long siege that displaced nearly 400,000 residents on May 23, 2007, panahon ng tatay niya. Yan ang ginagawa ng ating Pangulo. Yan siya. Napakagandang project. Ngayon, si Sara nag-iikot sa iba-ibang bansa sa mundo para sa sarili niya at manira sa ating gobyerno, sa ating Pangulo. Yon ang nakakalungkot dito, mga kababayan. Yan Sige lang panira kung ano-ano ang pinagsasabi.
And we thank them for that, and we thank them for listening about the ICC case and about the situation of former President Rodrigo Duterte.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Vice President. Thank you for speaking with supporters, a big amount of supporters you have behind you here. But in terms of the political support, have you been trying to seek a meeting with the Australian government while you're here in Australia?
Oh, not for this visit. I've not reached out. I did reach out to Foreign Minister Penny Wong, but unfortunately she is unable to meet me on Monday. So I will not be visiting Australian government officials for this visit, but I do hope that I can meet them in my next visit in the future, inshallah.
Is it a concern for you that you've come to Australia, you're here on Australian soil, and they haven't granted you a meeting? What does that mean for Australia's relationship with the Philippines?
Well, it doesn't reflect, I don't think it will reflect the relationship of the Philippines and Australia. It was a very short notice. I informed her informally through a message that I am here in Australia and I am here to do a rally today, and that if she is available for a very brief, quick chat, just to say hello, because I met her in the Philippines when she visited, and just wanted to say a friendly hello, nothing official.
So gusto pang madawit ni Sara yung Australian government, makisali sa problema nila. Malabo, mga kababayan, na patulan ng Australian government yung personal na agenda ng kanyang pamilya.
Ano po ba tayong update doon, Bibi?
Well, the update is former spokesperson, former Secretary Attorney Harry Roque already sat down and discussed with a local Dutch lawyer, and he has been asking me to do a online consultation and vetting of the lawyer. I've not done that because I've not sat down and discussed this as well with former President Rodrigo Duterte. Since he is the client, I think he should be the one to decide, and he should be informed of the other remedies that are available to him. But hopefully we can avail of all remedies to get to free Duterte now.
For the last outlet, SMNI, please.
From
Sorry.
SMNI.
Yes, sir.
We confirm if dadalo po ba tayo sa zona ni BBM?
No, sir. I do not intend to attend the State of the Nation address of President Marcos, since I don't think he will be providing anything substantial about our country, and it would be best to spend that time with the Filipino community discussing what we can do for the country and to improve the country.
What we can do, binigyan ka ng pagkakataon na may magawa sana as DepEd Secretary, wala man talaga. Perwisyo pa, nabulok yung mga pagkain ng mga bata. Yun ang lumabas doon sa investigasyon ng paggamit ng fundo ng DepEd. Nagkatapos ngayon, yun ang sinasabi niya. What we can do daw para sa ating bansa. Ngayon nga po, wala man kayong ginagawa, kundi lahat lang pampersonal na travel para lang sa pamilya ninyo, yung kay Digong, issue sa ICC. You see?
Natanggap ninyo po ba ang order ng Ombudsman to file counter affidavit regarding issues sa confidential funds? Yes po, ano po yung magiging reaction po niyo dito?
Yes, we received the request to comment of the Ombudsman, and the lawyers are already, as we speak, the lawyers are already preparing for the answer, and the lawyers informed me that we will provide the answer within the period required, within 10 days.
So, ma'am, last question na po.
Yes, sir.
Yusek Castro, ma'am, said, and I quote, pang personal o pang bayan? That is the question. This was her reaction, ma'am, regards to your travel dito po sa Australia at sa ibang bansa. Ano po yung masasabi po?
This is, I do not like traveling at all, except for holidays. And clearly, I am not on holiday for this trip. I am here to discuss with the Filipino community on ways forward for our country. And of course, how we can push the administration to do more for our country. And the Philippine government should not discount the contributions of the Filipino communities worldwide, because first,
Wala mang ganun pong dinidiscount ang contribution ng mga Filipino. Wala ka man doon, wala kang contribution doon sa contribution ng mga Filipino sa economy ng ating bansa. Ang tinatanong ng reporter, yung personal travel mo. Ano yung pakinabang ng personal travel mo? Kasi yun nga yung sinasabi ni Yusek Castro, pang personal ba o pang bayan? Hindi mo man sinagot ng diretso. Ang isinagot mo, yung contribution ng mga Filipino. Hindi yung contribution ng mga Filipino OFW sa economy. Ang tinatanong sa iyo, yung travel mo. Anong pakinabang niyan? Hindi man official yung travel, pang personal. Habang kayo, Vice Presidente, sumusweldo bilang public official. Yun ang punto. Nilis mo yung sagot. Di ba po mga kababayan? Ang hilig niya, mga kababayan, na ilihis ang sagot.
they've been sending dollars, millions and billions of dollars.
Alam namin na millions and billions of dollars ang pinapadala ng mga OFWs. OFWs yun, hindi ikaw. Ikaw, anong contribution mo? Talagang taong ito. May diferensya talaga po.
To the country. And second, they have the experience that people like us who have not worked, who have not lived abroad, they have that experience. So they know the best practices around the world. So it's good to sit down
Lumayo
and discuss
yung
with them.
Lumayo yung kwento.
Thank you. Wala na kayo ibang question. Sayang naman yung ating dito.
Wala na daw ibang questions. Yung tanong, di man sinasagot ng diretso. Iniiba yung kwento. Tapos naghanap pa ng ibang question. Ayan mga kababayan, matindi. Useless talaga itong si Sara.
Nagbayad tayo. Oo, nagbayad tayo ng plane ticket and all para lang.
Inadmit niya na binayaran niya yung plane ticket siguro ng mga reporters na sumama. Booking.
We paid for plane ticket and all. So, ask
you see?
questions.
Yes.
Yes.
So nagpa-press con siya. Binayaran niya yung mga taga-media, hindi lang nga plane ticket siguro ang binayaran. Pati siyempre, lahat ng accommodation at malamang sa malamang may sobre pa para sa mga reporters. Salangan pupunta dyan yung mga reporters. Tapos, gagastos ng sarili nila at sasayangin yung panahon para lang mag-interview sa kanya. Ngayon, inadmit mismo ni Sara dito sa interview. Binayaran lahat ng accommodation, plane ticket. Kaya kailangang magtanong para may i-report, may mapag-usapan dito sa Pilipinas po. Yan Hindi man niya tinatago, mga kababayan. Sinabi niya mismo.
Gusto ba makakipag-reconcile ng iyong dating ka-unit team sa iyo? Yan ba ay may katotohanan?
No, ma'am, I've not received any requests for a sit-down or any meeting with President Marcos. I have no ill feelings with him with regard to the political persecution that I am receiving from the administration.
Political persecution? Walang political persecution. Prosecution. Kasi kailangang ma-prosecute ka. Bakit? Pinantaan mo ba naman yung ating Pangulo? Krimen yun. Ginastos mo ba naman na walang dokumentong maayos? Yung pera ng bayan, in just 11 days. Halangan man, palusutin ka. So ang tawag niya mga kababayan, political persecution. Walang ganun po. Prosecution. Para mapanagot sa mga maling ginawa. Ganun po.
Part of the life of a politician. I have problems with his performance as president. And I have problems with the violations of our fundamental law, our constitution, particularly with the rendition of former President Duterte. That was really an affront to Philippine sovereignty.
Recently po sinabi din niya na hindi daw siya makikialam sa inyong impeachment. So, alam naman natin pabago-bago siya ng statement. And now, there's this new statement.
So tingin ko, ito mga reporters mga kababayan, yung mga friendly reporters ito ng mainstream media sa kanya. Kaya yun ang sinama niya. Fully paid yung lahat ng gastos. Pati yung mga tanong, tingin ko, inorient mo na kung ano yung mga dapat na tanong, direksyon ng pagtatanong. Bakit ko alam yan? Galing po din ako sa mainstream. Most of the time ganun yung pinapractice mga kababayan, lalo kung panahon na ng eleksyon. Lalo pa ito, gastos ng Vice Presidente yung plane ticket and accommodation. At sabi nga natin, malamang may sobre pa. Dapat maayos yung mga tanong. Prepared questions ito mga kababayan sa aking tingin.
Ang maisasabi mo, ito ba ay panibagong drama na naman? Kasi on and off, iba-iba yung statement ng ating presidente.
Well, I am happy that you have observed that behavior of the president. He gives conflicting statements truly the very first day of his administration. In fact,
nagsalita yung hindi conflicting yung mga sinasabi. Doon kayo magaling eh. Kontra-kontra ang sinasabi. Ang ating Pangulo po, hindi kontra-kontra, consistent siya. Pagkatapos, binabaliktad ninyo na conflicting ang ating Pangulo. Ano man ang conflict doon? Na hindi siya nangingialam sa impeachment? Hindi man talaga nangingialam yung ating Pangulo. Si Sandro, oo. Si Martin, sila yung nag-endorse. Pero yung ating Pangulo, hindi nangingialam. Kontra nga sana siya. Kaya lang, dapat sundin yung proseso kasi na-impeach ka na. Ganon yun eh. Sa ICC, yun ang minimini nyo na conflicting. Walang conflict po. Kasi po, di man nag-cooperate sa ICC yung ating Pangulo. Nag-cooperate siya under obligation kasi tayo sa Interpol. Yun ang malinaw po. Anong conflicting doon? Walang conflicting. Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa tayo member. Although sabi ni Jose Castro, kinoconsideran niya na bumalik tayo sa ICC. Pero kinoconsider pa lang. Anong problema doon? Ang malinaw na conflicting, kayo po, lahat ng mga sinasabi ninyo, baliktad. Sabi ninyo, bloodbath sa sa impeachment trial. Pagkatapos may petition sa Supreme Court. Tapos yung mga kalyado ninyong senador, lalo na si Bato, nag-akto ng abogado, gustong ipa-dismiss. Di ba? May motion to dismiss. Pero sabi ninyo, bloodbath. Yan ang conflicting. Pero yung ating Pangulo, walang conflicting statement po. Lahat baliktad mga kababayan sinasabi ni Sara.
he has not followed through with any of his campaign promises. And that is an
Anong hindi sinunod yung campaign promises? Napakalinaw yung 20 pesos na bigas. Miro na. O di ba? O ngayon ang tanong, kumusta naman yung 7 pesos na promise na bigas per kilo ni tatay mo, Digong? O di ba wala man nangyari? Pinabaliktad ninyo lahat.
The conflicts with regard to our president. And budol in English is scam, no?
Yeah.
We're not surprised. He has the hallmark of a scammer.
Vice President, what is your reaction po when the recent
Yung ating Pangulo pa, yung naging scammer, yung naglunok ng 125 million na ang mga resibo, lahat chicheria, hindi scammer. Yung acknowledgement receipts, lahat chicheria, yung nagtotoong scammer. Talaga itong si Sara.
Election that majority of the senators elected this 2025 came from your slate, from your party.
Well, factually, no. For the Senate, there were three winners from the party of President Duterte, the PDP, and then there were 2 guest candidates of the PDP who won, so that's 5. And then there were 5 winners from the administration tickets, and then there were 2 winners coming from the Liberal Party. So I wouldn't say that it was a grand slam win for PDP, but it was good enough considering that the president, former president, was not there to campaign for his candidates. And number 2, when I came back from The Hague, there was really a very short time for me to step in and campaign for the candidates of former President Duterte.
Bibi, I know every day meron kang calls kay Pangulong Duterte.
3 times a day. 3 times a week, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Right?
Yes.
When was the last time po na nag-usap kayo ni PRD?
Well, ma'am, unfortunately, I cannot remember the last time that we talked because when I am traveling, my line from the Philippines is turned off because I use international roaming SIM. So he has been told by my sister traveling to do the rallies around the world and to get the Filipino community to rally behind him.
So ang plano pala mga kababayan, mag-tour talaga around the world para mag-rally. Para mapauwi si Digong mga kababayan. Mag-iikot si Sara sa buong mundo. Kausapin yung mga OFW at pati siguro yung gobyerno. Tulad ng Australia na gustong makausap, sinusulsulan yung kanya mga supporters na kausapin daw yung Australian government, pati yung mga media para ipakalat ang pang-aapi ng Marcos administration, political persecution sa kanila, lalo na kay Digong na kinidnap at diniliber sa dahig. Yun ang agenda pala ni Sara.
Regard to his case in the ICC and to discuss, as I said, what is happening in our country.
What was the last time na napag-usapan ninyo para i-share nyo dito sa ating mga kababayan? Yung last na nag-usap kayo, ano po yung bilin ni PRRD?
He asked about the interim release. And then I told him that I cannot because the ICC is listening on our telephone conversations because apparently my name appears in many of the documents with regard to the ICC case. So they're listening in on our conversations. And I told him that I cannot discuss the specifics with him because I do not have privileged communication. But I told him that we are working, the lawyers are working on it, and I'm helping the lawyers. All the family members are supporting the lawyers as well.
What is his, how is he holding up? What is his condition physically, mentally?
You haven't seen him this thin before. I don't think he's ever been this thin since maybe before his marriage. So he's thick thin because of the lack of appetite and because of the weather. It's very cold for him. He's not used to the cold. And I think it's the way that they cook the food. It's not really traditional Filipino food. But I'm happy that he gets rice every day. But yes, he's given milk as well if he doesn't have the appetite to eat.
Bibi, with regards with the timeline ng interim release ni PRRD, based on sa conversation nyo or pag-uusap ninyo ng yung mga lawyers o mga lawyers ni Pangulong Duterte, ano po tinitignan natin? Months, weeks,
I asked the lawyers for the timeline of the interim release, and months was the answer, ma'am, not weeks. Months was the answer, but they wouldn't give a definitive timeline, but they said they're hoping to do it before September, and they're in a rush because of his age and his health condition.
Lighter,
Yes, ma'am.
What is your
Last two, ha? Yan,
What is
yan.
your message
Okay.
to the Filipino community now that you can see the warm welcome and support?
Yes, ma'am. Opo. Even though the weather is very cold, I can feel the warmth of the welcome of the Filipino community. Last night, there was a small group discussion, and we met some Filipinos residing in Sydney, in Canberra, in Darwin, in Perth, in Adelaide. And I am truly grateful that they took time out on this Sunday to be with fellow Filipinos to discuss the state of our country.
Lighter question, BP. What are your plans here in Melbourne, like visiting places, trying food? Have you heard that Melbourne's best in terms of coffee? Do you like coffee as well?
Oh, I was told that by our companion that the coffee culture is a big thing here in Melbourne. Unfortunately, I just did 7-Eleven coffee, so I don't know if that's good coffee or not good coffee. But comparing it to
So yun mga kababayan, yung interview published by GMA. So hinakot pala ni Sarah yung mga reporters papunta doon sa Melbourne kasama niya at lahat ng gastos, including plane tickets, lalo na siguro sa hotel, alangan man hindi bayad yung hotel. Yung plane tickets nga, bayad, pati simple pagkain. Back and forth, mga kababayan. Funded. Kung saan galing, iwan ko kung parte pa siya ng confidential funds. Yung naipon na confidential funds, mga kababayan, hindi natin alam. Di ba? O ngayon, tungkol sa interim release, sabi ng mga sa prosecution po, kukontrahin po daw ang interim release. Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream, pinapahid po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po sa paninigas ng mga kaso-kasuan. Ito naman po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application, anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Neng siya red mix fruit drink. Hindi mo po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry, may anti-cancer properties. O ngayon, yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiritso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos pa? Ayos na ayos niya, Mr. Maravilla. But anyway, ito po pala yung aming bagong product na binibenta online. I am worldwide amazing pure organic barley powdered drink mix from Australia. Negosyo to ng aking anak na architect entrepreneur Riz Maravillas. Ayan po. Kontakin na lang po ninyo siya, Riz Maravillas on Facebook. Ang mga health benefits niya, boost immunity, improves digestion, enhance energy levels, packed with antioxidants, prevent cancer. Sa mga nagana po ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. May Grab Car Rental din po kami. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. Eye Glow Serum, whitening po siya. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect before and now. Yung mga inquiries po ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa kanyang Facebook account, Riz Maravillas.